Welcome back to the channel. We have an unboxing and we have a second kitty cat today. She wanted to have cookies and she's just watching me. She's a little stalker. You don't get to see Shadow much, but she can be a good girl, but generally she's a little loner. So we're gonna give them cookies. So Cottie gets cookies, Shadow gets cookies. All right, I am starting the stream a little early because it's my channel and I can do it. So we'll start with the Amazon packages first. Yes, we'll give cookies for, this is from Kinetic Customs. Here you go, Kinetic Customs. Here you go, Shadow. Oh. Yeah, you don't get to see Shadow much. She's generally not out here. She's more of a loner. She'll attack Cottie. So she is a pure predator. She used to be a hunter, but she don't hunt much anymore. She's just a freeloader. She's a freeloader kitty, huh? Do you want cookies? Sometimes she'll talk. Do you want cookies? Well, we know you do. But does Shadow want cookies? Okay. Shadow gets cookies. I don't know if you could have heard, if you heard that, but Shadow gets cookies. Cottie gets cookies too. All right, I'm still prepping for the stream, so. But cat, gotta like the kitties, right? Oh. Shadow's a good kitty, huh? Shadow's a good kitty. She's got big nose. Want to see her teeth? Look at those teeth. Okay, I messed with you. USA Inc. Cookies from USA Inc. Here we go. I put it right there. She just looked at me like, hey, where are those at? So should we just do cookie stream until they puke? No, we won't do that. Okay, so let's start with the Amazons. All right, we got Amazon. Amazon. All right. This is another flash floppy because this requires 2 of them. I've got one over here ready. Get my Cottie's like, yes, you're making noise. I think the other one's over here. Better be over here. Oh, yep, there it is. So what's in this box requires 2 of these flash floppies. So I just had to order another one. Which Amazon's the quickest way. You can get them out of China cheaper. Just the GoTech. There's an AT3, AT2. I think this one's got the bigger chip in it. I don't know. We'll find out here. We'll open it up after we get through the other unboxing. So that was just that, and I'll link it in the description what it is. So it just allows you to use a USB drive instead of floppies, but this requires 720K floppies, and I don't have any of those, so gotta verify my chat box. First time you've seen Shadow? Oh, she's been on a few times. She don't come out very often. I mean, she's been noticing that I've been giving cookies out here, so she's been coming out. So, especially since I moved a bunch of stuff out of the shop. So 4 other channels. Oh, 4 other yeah, names. So I only got 4 viewers, so. Okay, we got the GoTech unboxed from Amazon. We will unbox this one here. Pretty beat. Now, what is this? Sin Loon. This is a riser cable because I have another card, which I think that one will replace one of my cards. I gotta do some shuffling in the PC. It's supposed to be a PCIe 4.0. That looks like a 1X. Maybe 1X, but yeah, I'll have to look. But I've got another. I think my Wi-Fi card in here is a 1X, so I'll pull that out and replace it. But I've got another HDMI 4K capture card, Magewell. So I cannot get to that slot because it's covered up by the fans of my graphics card. So I've got to install a riser cable underneath the graphics card at that slot. Hopefully it'll be low profile enough, and I might have ordered the wrong cable. I don't know. I'll have to look. Or they might have had it listed as a 4X. But we'll figure it out when the time comes. I really got to get... Oh, you wanted to see what I got in the package? Yeah, Shadow's a big moose. I'll rotate this to the big mess. But I got a BGA machine right there. That's what was in the crate. Okay. Enough sneak peek of that. Yeah, Shadow's a big, hefty moose. You don't... She's a stalker. She'll like army crawl and sneak up to you. Jeez. Okay, so what's in the box? What's in the box? Yes. Let's see. It's a severed head. I forgot my picture. Where'd my picture go? Darn it. I'm horrible at this live streaming crap. So. Oh, well, I won't be able to do that. So let's push Shadow out of the way. And let's get on with it, right? We should be almost there at 7 p.m. Unboxing will be at 7 p.m.-ish. Maybe. Maybe we'll just do it early. Hey, I don't think people want to watch you clean your snatchies. Do you want cookie? Do you want cookie? Really? I'll give you cookie. I got more than one kitty cat friend. I got two. Cotties? You turn your nose up at it? Like, no, bring that crap to me. Did you just see that snub from Cottie? My Velcro came off. And, okay. Well, let's make sure we got a way to open it. We do right there. We got to move Shadow. So this here, she's just going to jump right back up. And Shadow puts a big old dent in that box. She's like, oh, no, I'm king of the mountain right now. Look at those lizard eyes. I stole Shadow when she was a kitten. Yeah. Neighbors had kitties, and I went and took her. That was on a 4th. I think it was right around 4th. I think it was on 4th of July. So, and Cottie's going to be turning, what, 10 this year? I think Cottie turns 10 this year. And Shadow, she might turn 7. I don't know. I have to remember how old Shadow is. But, okay, we were going to get on with something here. I was going to show you. The eBay listing. Okay, here was the eBay listing. I've been looking for one of these for a long time. And I just decided, you know what? Why not? I just wanted to find one that wasn't $2,000 to $3,000. There it is, right there. They had it listed for $5.99. They listed it as a Unisite XPI, which definitely is not an XPI, so it most likely don't have 8 megabyte of RAM or a parallel port. They said it works, but I highly doubt it. How I can tell it's not an XPI is if it was an XPI, it would have a miniature LPT port up here. And it don't. This is from 1988. All right, so I already know that it's most likely don't have 8 megabytes of RAM, and it is not an XPI. So I knew that going in. I messaged the buyer or the seller, the information I know about it, it's an older Rev motherboard, so it's like a -007 or something like that. So, as long as it powers up, or has some signs of life, it should be okay. But I made an offer and the seller accepted it. There's another one down here for $350. Pretty beat too. But they want $153.97. This was free standard shipping. So what I offered for was what I was comfortable gambling. So yeah, see, June 22nd, 1988. That makes it almost 40 years old. 38 years old almost. But I really didn't need one of these because I've got Data IO 29Bs and they work just fine. But I was like, well, I've had some 2900s and some 3900s. This operates the similar fashion. It boots from the floppy drive or the internal hard drive. Hey, what are you doing? I got this. I got the tail. This one will attack. I got the tail. Yeah. I got you. Yeah, this one she'll attack. She'll bite. This one she don't bite. Every now and then she'll slap, but this one here, this one right there, she can get mean. Okay. Let's put her down. Well, we're not putting her down. Putting her off the box. Okay. Get your butt right there. All right, mine. All right. So this is how it arrived. So we're gonna open this up. And it feels like it's got, and it looks like it's got bubble. I need bags. I need bags. Where'd my bags go? Uh-oh. Where'd my bags go? And I'm gonna need a box. Do I have a box? I don't have bags or boxes. My shop is just a total disaster area because I move stuff out. So, all right, here's a bag. Dump that into there. I don't know what was in that, but oh, that was like miscellaneous crap. Okay. We have a bag. Let's open this up. And see if it survived. The box looks pretty squishy. So. Yeah, packing peanuts. Packing peanuts are horrible. The worst invention ever. Okay. You gotta get all this white stuff out of there. So. Let's see if it survived. This plastic gets pretty brittle, so when they ship, I don't know if it's going to be enough padding. It might have been enough padding. Trying how to get this everywhere. I really hate this stuff. I'll give it to somebody else. It gets recycled around here. So. But at least they put padding in it. I mean, look at some of the stuff that's been unboxed here. Just throw it in a box, no padding whatsoever. That works. Yeah. But I have the link in the description to the seller. Looks like they got some pretty cool stuff every now and then. I was looking at their, it's just a surplus seller, but But this will get fully refurbished and thrown in the lineup of my programmers, so it may never get used. It might get used, but it's gonna have to prove itself before I put it into service. That means I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on it, a lot of test programming, because I would hate to fire off and burn a chip and destroy the rare chips. That's all the thing will be used for, is old rare chips. He's like, what are you trying to feed me? That's not a cookie. You see her right there? She's like, I'll just poke my head up in here. She's like watching my hands for cookies. Okay. Get in there. Oh, these things are heavy. Oh, these are tanks. Still gonna make a mess. Look at this. I'm already making a mess. This crap just gets everywhere. Ugh. Man, these are heavy. These are like, these are heavy. Keep it on video. Okay, I'm gonna put this box on the floor. I don't see anything else in it. And I guarantee you she will be in that box in a few minutes. And I hear Norman meowing. He's outside. Whew, these are heavy. Oh. Well, let's get this unboxed. Vintage gear, man. Okay, we gotta get shadow cookies. I got cookies. Here. I got cookies. Cottie, you want cookies? Cookies. No, all the kitties moved. Mm. Get your cookies. Cookies? He's a head shaker. She'll shake her head when you feed her. Wait. There, she did it. Okay. If you don't feed her often enough, she'll just get down. I don't know why she's always shook her head. You know, little twitch. Gosh, we don't need to advertise for Bimart. Okay, we can get rid of that. Let's unwrap this. The kitty feedings. We will see exactly how this thing is equipped. Ooh, we got fresh brake. I don't think I've seen that on the picture. This plastic is pretty brittle. That is a Unisite. Ooh, we have a button. That goes right there on that. Okay, that's what we have. This is just a cover. I don't remember how to just pop that off. I don't remember how to get that one off. But that is a Site 48. So we've got, looks like a fresh brake right there. And this is not going to have a full boot. Let's open her up. See what we have. Gotta remember how to get this open. I think it's going to have like 10 pin drivers out of 17. Most of the time they won't be fully loaded, but it don't need to be fully loaded for what I need it for. Okay. I remember, I think that pops out. Right. I was hoping it was going to have full pin drivers, but sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Can't remember. This one says B drive failed. I mean, will that even fit in the 720 slot? Nah, I think you're gonna have to 3D print something. So There we go. Okay, so yeah, hey, shouldn't have pulled on that, but hey, there we go. That's what's inside of this. But yeah, this is basically just a bare bones model, man. So this is the older model. Definitely don't have, there's no cable connected here. So it definitely does not have 8 megabytes of RAM. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. So it's only got 10 of 17 pen drivers, which is fine. So 10 times 4, that's 40. I believe 40 pen drivers. So it's got 48 pen sites. So usually I think there'd be 1 or 2 more for 48 pen site. I don't remember. But yeah, this definitely don't have 8 megabyte of RAM. It's only got 4. But added SCS kits. Let me pull them up here. Here it is. So Ed makes a mass storage for it. Right there. So he's got 2 left. This adds the 8 megabytes RAM plus XPI plus the solid state drive. So it'll make booting it a hell of a lot faster. I might order one of these. Here's all the instructions. But I want to make sure it actually boots. There's no expansion board in here, because this will be the expansion board. This is what I'm going to end up, and I'll link this in the description. Anytime we can help out a fellow person that works on these. So it looks like to be able to boot this up, I'm going to have to change the floppies to the GoTech. So the floppies will get swapped to the GoTech. I don't know if we just need 1 floppy or 2 floppies, but I will put the GoTechs in there temporarily. That's why I bought another one here. Let's see what chip this one has. Let's open it up. Own it now, I've opened it. Oop, and yep, I own it. Just pop the sticker. So This is an artery. Gotta look at the microscope. I can't read that little writing. Go over to the mic. Let's pop up the microscope. Gotta launch this. I gotta launch it. Okay, that's a 32F415. Video capture device. I don't think I have that one in here. Add video capture device. No, I'm gonna have to go to the microscope bench. There it is. There it is. Okay. We have an artery 32F415. I think that's, I don't remember if that's the bigger chip or the smaller chip. But, yeah, these are, that's the, but you need to know what chip it has to be able to flash it with the flash floppy firmware. But I don't know, I don't need all these, but oh, I forgot what was in this one. Yeah, these are only like $25, $30, so they're not expensive. I mean, you could order the board from JLCPCB, because this is the people have already redesigned this, so see, this one's got slightly different design. Different versions, but the 415, I don't know if that was, and this is a 32F415 also. So yeah, just different package of chip. It's QFN versus, but I think the other, yeah, this would be the low memory version of chip. So that really wasn't a good deal. Usually you get the bigger chip for the $28. The $19 ones, you get this chip. So, but you don't know until you open it. So, but we opened it. I mean, for the money, it's worth it to not have to deal with 720K floppies. But either of these work. This chip here, you can only do so much with it for emulation and sector stuff. But I've never had to use that crap, so I won't concern myself with it. So I can drop this, give you a little closer look at the main board. There you go. That is a Data I/O Unisite. Let's check out. Okay, power supply and stuff is back there under the board, so you really can't just inspect it. It's got some dust. Get my brush. Let's see if it powers up at least. Get my... And on your brush, just put a little bit of flux. I just use a little tiny bit of flux. Well, we'll power it up and see what the blink... I think this does give some blink codes, error light codes. Let's see if it lets the magic smoke out. Let's see where the plug... Make sure we're powered off. Yeah, I usually would plug this in to the load, or not load, but the Variac, but I don't have one. Well, I don't have it hooked up. Okay, so we have a light on right there. Which light was that? That is the self-test. So it's self-test, remote terminal power. But it powers on. That's a good thing. But now all the caps are going to have to be gone through. They are 40 years old. The power supply in this is a monster underneath there. I didn't know if it seeked to the floppy or not. Yep. It seeked the floppy. Okay. I don't know how long the code is supposed to pop up, but I don't even know. I don't even remember if it does it, because something's supposed to, I think the lights are supposed to blink. I'll have to research it again. But it'd been nice if it was a full boat, man. All 17. These are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 times what, $40? That's the average price of a pen driver. Ooh, we need to give Cottie some cookies. So I don't know if I want to do a live stream putting in the Gotex or not. I know I'm going to have to figure out a adapter to go to the 720s. I think they make a case for the Gotex that's larger that goes to the 720s. So we'll figure it out, and then I can hook this thing up and boot it and see if it wants to boot off of the Gotex. And I will definitely load my .ff file on the website when I make it for this. So get a picture. And I got another box to throw away. Get the brush out of the way. Do my pictures for the blog when I'm here. Get that box out of the way. Hard to do over the Cottie got in the way that time. Well, Cottie's never in the way, right? Cottie's always in the way. Did it again. Okay. Yeah, these were state of the art back in the 80s, man. This was, I mean, really high tech back in 1988. I don't see any lights blinking, so. But it ain't gonna boot to the computer unless I have a floppy. And I don't have any 720 discs. I mean, there was a way to force one into 720, but covering up a hole or something, I don't remember. I can try it. I got a floppy drive over here. Just cover that hole up, and it turns it into a 720. I don't think it's going to write off. I don't think it's going to accept a. I don't think it's going to accept one of these. Format. Yeah, hey, it won't. Oh, now that disc is stuck. Will it read the disc? Yeah, now I got that disc stuck. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's take the sticker off that thing. Now it'll read the disc. Yeah, this is where I wish I had a grease weasel built. I made the boards. I just never got around to assembling them. So, yeah, that one finds the drive, but yeah, you're not gonna be able to make this a 720. Maybe we put it on the bottom only. Let's see if we. Yeah, it won't recognize it with the hole covered up. So I think it's. I tried covering that hole. I think that's the hole you cover to go 720. So I am just not prepared for this old crap. No. But I've got to take this all apart to get those floppies out, because just like modern gear, they do not give you a way. Well, we could probably take the screws out and slide them forward, maybe. Let's try it. let's see. Take those screws out here and slide it forward. But then I'm gonna have to set up the GoTech for 720. Oh, that's too big. Let's try this. Might work, might not, but this seller gets good feedback. They attempted to properly pack it. I don't know if there's going to be enough cable length in here to pull this drive out. Hopefully there is. Can you see that? You can't. Let me bring it down that way. Oh, well, we got the drive out, but we don't have. I'm gonna have to pull the other drive out. So the first cable, the first connector, that's the floppy cable. And the power cable, we got plenty of power cable. So let's pull this other drive out. Ooh. Pull the other drive. And I've only got one that we can use because I need to flash. Let me mark that drive A. You want to see the drive? It is a yak. So mark this drive A. Where is that? There it is. Okay, I have marked that A. That way we won't get them mixed up. But at least we know now we can take these out without having to take the board out. Yeah, there's definitely no 8 meg RAM module in here. So my assumptions were correct and my offer was good. So for the price, I'm with shipping because this thing is heavy. I'm okay. So I've always wanted one of these since first time I used one of these was when my son was born in April of 96. And I was so that would have been roughly August-ish of 96, maybe later. At least the button fell off. It didn't break the button. Okay. Now we've got enough room there. Okay, let's see if okay, I believe the blue one here. Okay, we have a GoTech hooked up. Let's fire it up. We get FF. Okay. It powers. I did that earlier in the stream, but I can right there. PGA machine. For anybody that wants a sneak peek, that was the sneak peek. I haven't revealed the rest of it yet, but my shop's a total disaster. I had to get rid of some machinery and okay, I didn't think you guys seen that FS right there on the flash floppy. Okay, FF works. Let's find, I don't know, I think it's going to use the same cable as my 2900. This is my 2900 cable. I don't remember what, I'm going to hook this all up just like I would be almost lost the floppy on the ground. See which one is the remote. We want terminal. Terminal. I don't know if I forgot what I set that cable up, what protocol I set it up as. But I'll get it figured out. Cottie's in the way. He's like, yeah, you're going to go for this cable, and I'm going to sit on it. Okay. Here is serial cable for the terminal. I'm just going to throw in I think, that was my 128 meg. Just going to throw that in there and bring up the terminal and see if she errors out on boot. Let's go to the Terra terminal. We want serial COM2. Okay, let's see. This I believe was set up for the 2900 here. I don't think it's going to access it. Oop, did something pop up there? Boot disk error. Yeah, something comes up. Oh, all right, we need to look up the flash floppy. I don't know, did it even access it? Okay, yeah, it accesses it. So we need to make sure that is set up for 720. And that's gonna take what, 5 minutes to boot? We're gonna do something tonight here. Okay. Continue without scanning FF. And I think that was an FF. Okay, I need to get rid of these. Put this in flash floppy backup. And I might have to see, download the desktop. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go in there. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh, I'll be right back. I need to get the software out here. Okay, I could have prepared for this a little bit more, but we're going to definitely be experimenting here. But I know we get some signs of life there. And I just had to transfer from my other computer to this computer, the version 9.5 from the ISO. And I need to data IO U99.5. Of course. There we go. Now I need to do. I think you just need to do disk A. Or not disk A, but just the number one, the first disk. Copy. Let's go to FF. Paste. And then the FFCFG. Open with Notepad. And I need to set this to 720. I don't remember how to set this to 720. Drive emulation. Hey, floppy drive interface mode, interface pins 2 and this is IBM PC is what we have. And I don't remember what. I think just leave it to IBM PC maybe. Platform. Forcible right, maximum cylinders. Rotational. I do not remember. Okay. Well, we're gonna try that. I'm just gonna drop that on there. We're gonna try some stuff. We're on 00. That is the first disk. Okay, and we're gonna go escape control W. Did that reboot? It looked like it reboot. Now, I don't know if we need to be in disk A or B. Or if there's a jumper setting we need to do on that. I don't remember. Let's Google it, right? Let's see, flash floppy 720 FFCFG. Okay, 720 DDSD. Okay, so I need a PC-DOS. Okay, so let's try that. Let's try PC-DOS. I'm guessing on this crap, so I'm not a flash floppy expert at all. Okay, so do I need PC-DOS? Host PC-DOS. Okay, let's try that. Let's try a complete reboot. And I don't think that did it either. Yeah. I don't think that did it either. Yeah, it's just saying open disk error. Okay, that didn't work. We've only got, maybe it needs to boot off a B drive, but let me do some more Googling here. Okay, pen 34. Maybe we had to change the jumpers. I don't remember. Because maybe it's detect, because I think the other one detected it as B. Before I. Nope, not UPD. Definitely not going to get anything without the drive-in. This might be a total failure today. Looks like it seeks the drive before it fully boots. Yeah, that's not good. Let's leave it powered up and just do the reboot here. Maybe it needs to boot off of that one. I don't know. Gotta look at what jumper number that was on. Second one up. Okay, we can try it. And this one. Nothing. Not even a blinky blink. Plug this back in. Doing something. It's counting. Well, I think that's supposed to do that. I'm just trying the different jumper settings here. Power down. That was a weird one. Okay, let's try a different couple settings. And that's just going to bring it to an error. Okay, let's try doing the pin 34 here. I don't know. Just going through. So it should be SO. Wonder if I gotta look at this another. I can look at this one. Jumpers are gonna be the same. Okay, let's try. N34 equals CHG. Let's try that one. It's because we've got the host platforms. Let's try that. But now we're just stuck at FF. Yeah, it's just going to do the same thing. This is just trial and error, man. There is. I will make a write-up to where it's easy. That is strange. We rebooted. Maybe we didn't get a good connection. Yeah, still an open disk error. I don't know. Yeah, open disk error. Okay. Now it's with the 34. Let's remove this jumper. Reboot and see what it does. Might have to reboot the flash floppy to try that. Yeah, open disk error. I need to flash the other flash floppy. And get them both hooked up. But I don't know what. I think that's the boot disc right there. That has to be on the boot disc. So. And there might have been another setting here. Let's try that on number 3 SO. And I'm guessing here. I don't know what these settings are supposed to be. But it's like it's doing something when it's on those settings, but it's just counting. I don't know if it's. Let's reboot here. Yeah, that's nothing. Let's try JA. Yeah, it's like it accesses it really, really fast before it even boots. Yeah, disk open error. And let's. I don't know, man. That's following me right now. I'm gonna have to do some research on Unisite and let me see. So JC. And we're 720 KB on the file size. Let me set this to auto. I need to change the max cylinders. Okay, let's try changing the startup image. Name is 0.ima. If we can set it to this has got me. I've got it set up to where it should be. And it's just going to take a little bit of time to figure out exactly what settings it's supposed to work. I did read that it worked, so. I still got stickies in my... Okay, host unspecified, display type auto. Okay, so we need to look at the imaged. Index prefix equals. Where's the index prefix equals? Ah, right there. Let's try that. Okay, let's try that and see what we're getting. We should be getting lots of counting right there, but I don't think we're going to get it. I think something's... Yeah, disk opener. Unless there's an error with the machine. but we've only got one image on there, so. It seeks the drive, so I can see the little light flash when it seeks it, so we're just, it's a setup issue. Let's try JC jumper. Reset the flash floppy. Escape, Control W. Yeah, this has just got me. This got me confused. So, but I do have the second flash floppy to try. But I don't, this should work. I mean, I'm not going to put an SSD in it unless I know it works. So. Unless I'm using the wrong disk. Let me go open the README. That might help. Boot files. Yep. So I've got the right disk boot files. So I don't have a 720 interface, so Cottie's being good. We need to give Cottie cookies. And this is a distraction today. No, we could just plug in the original lobby. I'm just going to put in a 1.44 disk. I haven't got time to mess with this much longer. It took me forever to figure out how to get it, to get the config, the setup for a 2900, 3900. Let's see if we get the same error. Okay, seeking the drive. The wheel's rubbing on the mat. Clear screen. Let's see if we get an open disk error. Unless it was doing something. I'm going to try that. Move this jumper over to, what was that? SO. I think that's what this instructions said. Because it looks like it's just sitting there spinning the drive. I'm not doing anything. We will see what it does. I'll let it sit for 5 minutes and let it do its counting thing. Maybe it's just slow. Because that's what it kind of is doing. I don't know if you can see the light. I'm just going to let it sit here and do its thing for... But usually it zips through a whole bunch of numbers. I don't know. I need to hook up the LCD display again to it and be able to see what it's actually doing. I need to clean this crap up. I need a B. You know, I label on it A is okay. It might boot. We don't know. I'll just let it sit there and count. But the note said the B drive was at 28. It's not doing anything. Other than counting up. Oop. What came up? Unisite has insufficient memory to load version 4.0 or later. So, oh, wait a second. It's working. For more information on the memory requirements section of chapter 1 of the user manual. So we've only got 128 KB of memory. This missing a board. So we don't even have the factory amount of RAM, I don't think. So I need to get version 4.0. Let me see if I can find version 4.0 and see if we can get this thing to boot. Maybe bit savers. BitSavers has. So that is the correct configuration right there, because it was reading, and that was reading the sectors. So I think we have version Unisite 6.30, Unisite firmware. I might not have 4.0 available on the public, so. I don't think I have version 4.0. So there's only 128 KB of memory. So this thing is 100% missing its memory. But I think this is the memory right here. Well, it should be 1 meg. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this thing. Let's see. But, okay, something came up. Let's see. Yeah, it's supposed to have a memory expansion board underneath of it there. Well, maybe we can, I gotta hunt down Unisite version 3, 4, whatever. I'm only finding 5.90 is the earliest on this site. Let me see here. And which, it's gonna be a futile task if I gotta find maybe 3.0. I was like, I don't think this no file exists. Darn it. That guy had a Yeah. Uh, hmm. Should be, yeah. Let me see if we can. Let's go to archive. Archive.org, see if we can get. Yes, we've got a. Let's go back to like 2019. Sometimes archive.org will. Nope. 2018? Nothing. Hmm. I'm not finding it. Okay, so let's go Unisite version 3.0. I'm not going to spend any money on this thing right now. But it's going to need more RAM. It's going to need the 8 mega RAM to be useful, so. I mean, I don't have to get the 8 meg one. I can get the one with like 1 meg. I think he's. I mean, it's only a little bit more. Got 2 available. It's only like $130. That's 1 mega RAM. I could add extra RAM. Does it come with a cable? What's the question? Yeah, this is missing the expansion board. Most of them in stock with an expansion board right here. It's supposed to be in this connector. So, oh well. We know it boots, so it's got. We just got to find version 4.0. Let me reach out to somebody here and see if he can download and email me the first floppy off the data IO groups. Let me see if he'll. I thought I had it. I'm gonna go check my other computer. Be right back. I know I downloaded archived a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, let's try this other one here. I think I found 3.6. Oh no. We know this file works. Let's copy that. I don't know if an IMZ is going to work. It might. Only 250K though. Let's try it. Okay. Error 34. Well, what's E34? I don't think the EMZ is going to work. No disk error. Okay, that didn't work. Well, I'm stuck with not a proper image. Yeah. I'm going to have to hunt this down. I've got version 5.90. That is I'm not going to spend all night on this. 6.50. Got to be an archive of it somewhere that I don't have to deal with a narcissist. Let me try messaging another person. Messaging the person that wrote the PL 2266. See if he's got the images. But it is almost 9 p.m. Pacific time on a Friday or Saturday. Is it Saturday? I think it is Saturday. Somebody's got the disc. Well, if it had the proper amount of memory, 1 meg, which is standard, it would have probably booted right up. So I will see with this person if he responds. Probably not. Nobody's going to respond, I don't think. Maybe. See, maybe who else can I see that can check the archive? It's competent. Oop, I got a message back. Let's see here. Yeah, the narcissist has me blocked on the groups, so I've got people that can look at the groups for me, but I appreciate it when they do help. Trying to get the copy of this. If not, I'll just have to talk to Ed. SCS Kits. Maybe SCS Kits. Let me see if I got Ed's number. Got a lot of Eds. I don't remember his number. Cottie's just sitting there looking at me going, you can give me cookies. Okay, I'm going to give Cottie cookies. She's being a good girl. I'm not sure if I'm going to need that second flash lobby. I mean, for 100 and something bucks. I wish the other archive I know I downloaded all the discs. I just can't find them where I stuffed them. I archived them somewhere. That's version 8, I believe. That's version 8. 8.4. Yeah. It's not too exciting of a stream, you know. I should just like looking at old 1980s hardware. I don't want to spend much money on this unless I know it's going to work and actually program chips. Then I'll spend money on it. Downloaded a whole archive of them somewhere. It was like 1 point, some a little over a gig. But now that link is not valid. But we know we're booting from the floppy, so. Like I said, I bought a second flash floppy just in case it needs to boot off the second floppy. But the archives on the data IO groups is it's a mess. So and so that TDO image, I believe. I don't think I'm gonna find it. So, well, I have nobody on my chat on my stream, so and it says that I got 4 viewers, but I think I'm gonna end this stream right here then. Yeah, I'll come back if I decide to continue with this any further. But